Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our online open week, day 4. We are with the Advanced Certificate and Short-Term Insurance team. My name's Michaela Thomas. I'm from the marketing department, and I'm here to ensure that everything goes smoothly today, that we all have a great time online. So just a few housekeeping rules before we begin and get stuck into the program. On the right-hand side of your screen, there is a chat box. I'm sure you guys have seen us. Marissa said hello. Joseph also said good morning. Good morning to you, Joseph. At the bottom of your screen, you have an Ask a Question facility, and I invite all that are listening to pop us a question if you have any during the session. If you want to ask either Marissa or Tracy anything and you think, I need to know this answer, we'll have a Q&A at the end to answer any questions you might have. There is also a poll that is running live currently. Guys, if you want to get in contact with us, if you'd want us to get in contact with you, everyone's so busy these days, we'd love to pop you an email, give you a call, say yes on the poll for us, and we'll get in contact with you straight after this session. So without further ado, guys, I'm going to hand over to Marissa, who's going to start us off with the program. Over to you, Marissa.
Thank you so much, Michaela. So guys, just to introduce myself, I'm Marissa Grindling. I'm the program coordinator for all the short-term insurance modules for Milpark. So it is very exciting. I'm just going to take you through what we cover in the advanced certificate, who we are, and how we fit into the greater scheme of things. So on the next slide, I just want to show you that our school, which is then called Milpark School of Financial Planning and Insurance. So we sit in Milpark, and Milpark itself sits into the greater Stadio company. That is a JSE listed company, and we are very proud to be part of them. We also have 5 other schools, which is the Business School, the School of Commerce, Investment and Banking, and our college. So that is what the big Milpark looks like. So Milpark itself, on the next slide, sorry, Michaela, was established in 1997. So we have qualifications that range from certificate level all the way to our doctorate level, which is our DBA, which we are very proud of. We have a full-time campus in Melbourne and Johannesburg, although everything is online nowadays, so we don't really have people there. It was awesome when all the students and everything were there, but this qualification is given to you by distance learning, which I will cover in more detail a bit later. We also have offices in Cape Town. So our whole Milpark, we are based on to give Africans and South Africans the opportunity to reimagine their future with accessible and supportive and lifelong learning, which is very important. And that is also a very big thing that I'm very passionate about in our little short-term department, to take our qualifications and everything up in Africa and give people the tools that they need to make successful careers. I was saying on Tuesday as well in our higher certificate session that I saw it always makes me very sad, but I saw the unemployment statistics. But the one thing that stood out for me is that tertiary education, the unemployment rate drops to a mere 2% in comparison to the 30 or 40% that it is currently at. So it is imperative that people get the opportunity to study, do good studies, and this is how Milpark can assist you. So some of the programs that are in our school, we start on an NQF level 4, which is our certificate in financial products, where they take you through a range of all the different financial products in the market. Then on our higher certificate, or the NQF level 4, we have financial planning, financial products, and then also a higher certificate in short-term insurance. And then this session today is in our advanced certificate in short-term insurance, and we also have a financial planning one. We also then have our flagships, 3 flagships, which is our BCom with financial planning, our BCom with a major in short-term insurance, and then our postgraduate diploma in financial planning. So on the next slide, the purpose of this advanced certificate in short-term insurance is to give you, in whatever role you are in the short-term insurance industry, the logical progression and to how you go on from the higher certificate to the advanced certificate. So it will give you that more in-depth understanding of the insurance practices in terms of the technical subject matter and the application skills. So where our higher certificate is more focused on advice and the knowledge that you need to give advice to clients, this one will then give you application skills of how to do it, and the very, very technical subjects, which we will go through now as well. So just some of the, so once you have completed the advanced certificate with us, you can apply to the Insurance Institute of South Africa for the designation of associate. There's a few other requirements as well, but they will give you all that information once you apply. We're also in the process of accrediting this one for recognition of prior learning with the CRI, and we will hopefully have very good news for everyone soon. So guys, who should study this? Like I said, it is for everyone, but if you are aiming at a claims specialist type of position, underwriting specialist, if you want to go into the more specialist departments or insurance offices, and always brokers, because a broker, like I always say, it is because you also need professional indemnity cover. You are on the same level as a doctor or an engineer or an architect. So it is imperative that you know what you are talking about. So on the next slide, I just want to introduce you to the staff that is helping on your learning journey, because this is a whole journey that you go through with us. So I'm the program oversight owner of the advanced certificate, and then I'm going to introduce you to Tracy Joseph shortly. So for now, I'm the lecturer on the modules, but we are in the process also of hiring more staff. So we're very excited to introduce them to you shortly as well. So guys, just to quickly go through the modules of the advanced certificate, we have 4 compulsory modules that you have to do. The first one is short-term insurance environment, which is offered, so all our compulsory modules is offered in both semesters. I'm the lecturer on all of them. So you have your short-term insurance environment. We will go into a little bit more depth into these, what they are, how they fit into everything, and what is covered in these modules also a little bit later. You have risk management, liability insurance, which covers all the liability types that there are, and we're busy adding a few more. And then also your commercial property and business interruption, which is a lot of calculations, but it is so much fun. So as for the other modules, then choose from to sort of pick your speciality, if you can call it that, is in motor insurance, reinsurance. Then we also have 2 modules which actually sits in the commerce school, which is then management and leadership, and marketing practice, which is very, very nice modules as well. So guys, just the main thing when you decide to do on deciding which electives to take, you cannot pick both of the BCom or BCom modules, the commerce modules. You have to pick one onand one BCom, or you can do both insurance if you want to do that as well. So guys, once you are completed with this qualification, you will be able to assess the legal liability of a situation and recommend the products that will address those situations. So if a client is concerned about directors and officers or cyber or whatever type of liability that they can get in the market or in their specific business, you will be able to say, this is the product that you need, this is what it covers, and all of the liability aspects of that. You will also apply the knowledge of legislation, compliance, and ethics in the short-term insurance context in South Africa. We are very big on ethics. We are very big on the King 4 and instilling that into your studies and pulling it through the whole qualification and, well, actually throughout the whole of Milpark. So to demonstrate an in-depth understanding of the identification and management of risk in the context of short-term insurance, to also demonstrate insight into the business environment as it impacts on the short-term insurance environment. So there we look at economics and how economics impacts the short-term insurance environment. You will also demonstrate insight into the purpose and the structure of short-term insurance products, as well as the underwriting and claims process. Then we do underwriting and claims in the higher certificate, but this is then at a much higher level. So guys, as I said earlier, this is then given to you through distance learning. So the focus of this approach is it's a self-paced. You do it on your own pace, what suits you. I will show you later. We do, however, give you a study plan where we work out, do this week, and we give you a whole little plan of how you can progress. And then just lead you through what needs to be done when it needs to be submitted, and so on. So our whole course structure is then based on a formative and a summative assessment. So your formative is what you do throughout the semester. Those are all open book. So that is online tests and your assignment, it's a big assignment and you have to complete it and submit it. So your assignment is compulsory. Your online test is not compulsory, but it does count marks. So yes, just do them. Okay, your summative is an exam. Okay, so summative assessments can take various forms. And on our BCom, for instance, our final summative assessment is a presentation where you can present to us your project. You have your normal closed book exams, which is then remotely proctored through an online invigilation system. Sounds scary, but it's really not. And we've had a really good semester with regards to that. And then also another form of summative assessment, which the short-term insurance environment is actually tested on, is a summative hand-in, which is a very big project that you need to hand in over a period of a week. So guys, your formative assessments, that contributes, sorry guys, something in my throat. I do apologize about that. Your formative assessment contributes 30% of your final mark. So we take all of your online tests and your assignment, we make it out of 100, and that's 30%. And then your summative or your exam counts the other 70%. And then you have to get a minimum of 40 for your final exam and an overall minimum of 50 to pass the module. On the next slide, I just want to show you guys what our course pages looks like. So this is then our virtual learning environment. This is called my courses. So this is where you go in, you will see all your courses. So on the first page, you'll see there's lots of little tabs there at the top. So you have your overview, your content, your formative, summative, so which is your exam, your live and Molpark support material, and your supplementary exam, which I always hope you never have to go to. So if you will get the rules if you maybe fail your exam, but that will not happen because we are here for you and we will help you as far as possible. Oh, sorry, Michaela, I'm still on that one. So guys, on your overview tab, there's all your general documents. Under your content tab, you also have your book in electronic format. Other content there is also sample exam papers that you can go through, any other documents that we think we might also help you. Your formative tab is where you get your online tests and your assignments. Exams, obviously, where you get your exams. Your live at Molpark, that is where we have live sessions with our students. So we will post there. We also have a designated Teams that is just for us, our students. You log in there, you have your modules, you have everything there. You can get in contact with us there, and we will also have our live sessions. So we will always have 2 or 3 or maybe even 4, depending on the module. If there's a lot of calculations, I usually do quite some more sessions with you guys to make sure you 100% understand what's going on. We also then have our support material. So this is where we will load recordings or additional documents or anything that we feel that will support you in this learning journey. So on the overview tab, you will see there you'll meet the lecturer. So we will introduce ourselves to you. It will, you can see there. You will also have your qualification documents, and also if you want to connect with other students. So one of the principles of learning is that learning is a collaborative exercise, obviously not with your exams and your assignments, but it is always good to connect with other people, discuss it, what are they thinking. So that is where you do that. You can reach out to people, create groups in your area, create groups of companies, whatever you guys want to create, WhatsApp groups, that is where you do that. So on the next page, you also have your announcements. So this is where we will then post any course announcements specific to your module. If we want to communicate anything to you, if we want to send you reminders or remember your assignment is due or anything like that. There's also some tutorial letters that you can go through, and there's a study plan that you can look at, yeah, usually we give it in, I give ours in Word format. And that is, the only reason is because, you know, everyone cannot follow a structure. You might go and leave a week or something might happen, and then you can shuffle your study plan that will suit your lifestyle. On the next page, you will see we have our tutor support. So we have incredible contractors, very, very knowledgeable people. That is always, well, not always available, but they respond between 24 and 48 hours on the tutor forum. If you have any academic queries, if you're unsure about anything, you can post it there and get assistance there. And we also have a lot of information and videos and documents on the proctoring of the exams. So guys, it is then my absolute great honor to introduce you to Tracy Joseph. I always call her the boss of the short-term department because she's absolutely the backbone of what we are doing here. And for you guys, this is Tracy. Thank you so much, Tracy.
Thank you, Marissa. Good morning, everybody, and thank you so much for taking the time out just to join us this morning for this information session. I don't know, some of you, my name might be familiar to you, but you haven't actually seen me. So this is me. I'm a mom of 2 young boys. I happened into this position, or happened into education purely by chance. I studied, or I went various other routes. Like you can see, I studied languages, I did project management, public relations. And then at some point I went overseas, I came back and I got a position at an education company. And I think I sort of figured out that this is something that I enjoy doing. I like to plan. So the role that I'm in at the moment is, a lot of it is based around kind of thinking ahead, making plans, meeting deadlines, that type of thing. So I enjoy it. And as the slide shows you there, that I love to travel. I'm looking forward to when COVID is over and done, so that my family and I can book a nice holiday somewhere. If you can move to the next slide, please, Michaela. As far as my work life goes at Molpark, I like to consider myself as somebody who is available. I'm there for you guys if you have any queries that are non-academic, as in not in your study guide. If it's something administrative, you don't understand what the process is, I'm sick, and my exams is in 2 days, what do I do? I studied something somewhere else, do you think I can get an exemption? Tracy, can you guide me? Or just, Tracy, look, I'm struggling. I've registered for a module, I don't really understand. What do I do? So those types of queries are the queries that I can help with. And even if you are uncertain as to who to send the query to, you're welcome to send it to me. And if I don't know, if I can't assist you, I will find somebody that can assist you. What I appreciate about working in short term, I don't have the short term background, but what I appreciate is that it's a full round qualification. So learners can start on the NQF5 and they can move straight to the BCom. And in some instances, I have seen learners who start on the NQF5 and they've graduated, and just to see that progression, that full circle that they've made with Molpark, it's a good experience to be there and to kind of see that Molpark has been there alongside that learner's journey when they started off as the quote unquote junior, and they've progressed through their modules and now they've graduated. If we can move to the next one, please, Michaela. Okay, so now specifically about the advanced certificate in short-term insurance, it is an NQF6 qualification. So you would need an NQF5 in short-term insurance that has 120 credits. So I know oftentimes we get learners who come with their BCom in arts and humanities, in lots of other fields, and they would like to come and study the advanced certificate in short-term insurance. Unfortunately, guys, that is not usually when you're coming from another field, it doesn't have enough of a foundation for you to just straight away start on the NQF6. So then we would usually guide you and say, you've got to start on the NQF5, and then once the NQF5, which is the highest certificate in short-term insurance, once that is completed, you can then progress onto the advanced certificate in short-term insurance. We do look at recognition of prior learning, which is where we'll take into consideration what you've studied plus your work experience, and then we will consider whether it is possible to let you in onto the qualification based on what you present to us. Next slide, please, Marissa. Michaela, sorry. On the advanced certificate in short-term insurance specifically, there's no progression in terms of the modules and the order in which you need to do them. So you can basically look at your modules and you can decide, I'm going to start with this module and I'm going to progress to the next one and finish them within 3 years. Some learners think they're just going to take 3 modules in semester 1 and 3 modules in semester 2, which is good and well, but we also just advise you to look at your life and consider whether is it practical. Do you foresee you've got enough time to fit 3 modules into 1 semester? And then just remember that you actually do have 3 years. So if you don't need to rush because you need it for work, then take a little bit of time, take 1.5 years or 2 years, or even the 3 years, and then do the qualification that way. And you probably end up getting better marks as well because you can give more time and more effort towards the studies. And we are just, in general, we want you to know that we're right there. I know sometimes it can feel because you're studying distance learning that you are on your own and you can't get hold of anybody. And I just want you to know that I'm the program manager for this qualification. I try my best to be available. If learners email me, I mail you right back. If they phone me, if I'm not available, I make a point of trying to call you back and trying to assist you. So I'm here, and I know Marissa also prides herself on getting back to the learners and assisting them as best we can, because we know that distance learning sometimes make you feel like you're alone out there, and we just want you to know that you're not, and that we really want to come alongside you on this journey of your studies with Molpark. And then to the last slide, I'm not sure if you are aware, we know that studies can cost a lot. We don't just have the six grand just lying around waiting for us to fork it out. Some of you might be aware that there are payment terms where you can get up to 3 or 4 months where you can pay for a module. But other than that, we also have now worked out something with Capitec Bank, whereby you can go directly to them and they can work out a loan for you. If you go onto our website, you'll be able to click on the link for Capitec, and there'll just be more details in terms of how to go about it. It's something specifically that where you have to go to Capitec and they will give you the details. But we just want to make you aware of the fact that that is what is available to you, and that our admissions are open currently for semester 2. They close on the 23rd of July. Please, our admissions close on the 9th of July and registrations close on the 23rd of July. Please try to get it sorted out sooner rather than later, because we can't wait to have you on board and to just partner with you on your learning journey. Okay, now I'd like to hand back to Michaela.
Thank you so much, Tracy. It was wonderful to hear from both you and Marissa about the qualification. So guys, this is the first gap. If you have any questions for our lovely ladies online this morning, if you have any questions with regards to the program, with regards to what has been said so far, we invite you now to ask a question at the bottom of your screen. And also don't forget, guys, we do have a poll running that is live. If you want us to contact you, click a yes and we'll get in contact with you after the session has finished. For the moment, I don't see any questions, so I'm going to hand back to Marissa, and she's going to walk us through a couple of the modules that are in this program, a little bit more detail about what's potting in the advanced certificate. Over to you.
Thanks, Michaela. So guys, I just want to quickly give you a little bit of an overview, what is covered on the modules, what is in the modules. So the first one we will discuss then is commercial property and business interruption insurance. It is a very interesting module. So what we give you there, obviously, firstly, we take you through commercial property, what it is, what is the risks surrounding that, and then we go into depth on business interruption, so very high level, how you work it out, what is covered, what is not covered, all those calculations that you need. And don't worry, we have very, very, very many recordings and sessions and everything regarding that. So we help you on this whole journey. And then the last topic in this module is very interesting, and that is also one of how we assess you in your final exam, is that we give you a very big case study, which is a survey report, and you then delve into that and see how will you underwrite this, how will this work, and so forth. The other module that we have is liability insurance. Very interesting. I absolutely love this module. We take you through all the types of liability currently. So we have your normal public liability, you have your products, you have your guarantees, defective workmanship, directors and officers, cyber, all of them. We go into depth into each of them, how you underwrite it, what criteria you need to underwrite this, the exclusions and all of this. The next module on the next slide is then risk management 6 or risk management 2. So you have your risk management 5 or the normal risk management in your higher certificate, and then this is your progression on risk management then. So it gives you a solid contextual understanding of risk management. So the fundamental understanding is then solidified in this module, specifically on business risks for this module. So it also covers your disaster management and your ERMs, and all of that is covered in this module. Then short-term insurance environment, I know I've said quite a little bit about this one. And this familiarizes you with the business environment. So it's a three-part sort of, it's split into 3 parts. So it focuses on the economic environment, to, like I said, to gain the impact of the economic factors in the insurance. Then also the regulation and compliance, with specific focus on treating customers fairly. And you will then get the types of distribution channels. So we're also going to marketing. It is a very exciting module. And as I said, this is one where we lay down the ethics as it applies to the short-term insurance environment. The next module that I want to discuss on the next slide is then reinsurance. So guys, just a little warning, if I can call it that. Reinsurance is not for the faint of heart. It is an elective. So please talk to Tracy when you pick your electives. She will guide you very, very carefully. So we say in these as well, we recommend it that you only do this one if you work in reinsurance, or you are certain that you want to work in reinsurance. It is quite a technical module, but it is a lot of fun. And if you want to go into that sphere, please do this module. Motor insurance. So we give you the basic understanding of the elements of motor insurance, the underwriting principles, marketing strategies, also a little bit more about the legal framework with regards to motor insurance. So we're going to the road accident fund. We hope it stays. Let's see. Regulations and legislations all regarding motor. Then we also go in depth into the fleet calculations, and also heavy commercial vehicles, how it works, the type of products they are, and everything that surrounds heavy commercial vehicles, or HCVs as they call it. So that is the motor insurance. Then these last 2 modules, as I said, they are situated in the School of Commerce. So they assist us in lecturing these. So the marketing management gives you a holistic picture of marketing, and the types of marketing strategies that you can implement to obtain a competitive advantage. And as we know, competitive advantage is so important currently, especially in the insurance industry. So it gives you the contemporary marketing landscape. and gives you a structured approach to developing a marketing plan. So your assignment is also to develop a marketing plan for a specific topic, company, whatever the case may be. And that is usually a current company, an actual company that they present to you. Management and leadership, I think, is one of the most interesting modules that there is, bar my short-term modules, but it's a very, very good module. It gives you a holistic picture of the dynamic and evolving concepts of leaderships, specifically in Africa, which is very, very nice. You delve into the great leaders that we have had in South Africa, in Africa as a whole. And I think what stands out of this module for me is that it looks at yourself. What type of leader are you? And explain why you think you are that leader. So it is an ethical and transformational entrepreneurial leadership, which they all cover, and where you fit in and how you can better your own leadership skills. On the next slide, this is a very big thing that we are busy with at the moment. Now I'm so looking forward to it. So we are doing, I don't know if you guys know, but the 18th of July is Insurance Nerd Day. It is an official day of the year. It is very official. It is like Father's Day or Hamburger Day. It is official. So this year we're going to go a little bit crazy. So the 18th of July is unfortunately a Sunday, so we won't bug you on a Sunday. So on the come together, we have branded it Mind, which I think is amazing. It stands for Molpark Insurance Nerd Day. It will be a challenge, so everyone will log on and we will challenge it out with multiple choice questions to see who is the smartest, who's the fastest, and who will win our Insurance Nerd of the Year for 2021. There's lots of prizes, so please keep your eyes on our social media pages. Join us on LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter. Michaela, you must help me. I don't know where we are everywhere.
Mainly Facebook and LinkedIn and Instagram. We sort of run the, but we can post to Twitter.
Okay, sorry, yeah. I'm old school. I don't know all of these things. So follow us there for more information and then how to register. It is going to be fun. It is going to be exciting, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Yes, I mean, just from my side, guys, as well, it's awesome to hear what's coming and to be a part of that planning. So it's definitely one to look out for. Keep an eye on our socials. It's something that you want to be a part of and not miss out on some amazing things coming your way. Hint, there's great prizes. Hint, you should come and join us that day. So guys, we have come towards the sort of close and end of our session, but we're going to take some questions and answers now from the audience. There are quite a few from Limpo, who has asked about our payment system and plans and how that works. So Limpo, I'm going to advise you to just click yes on the poll as well, just so we can make sure an advisor gets you all of the details you need. But on a high level, just to go back to that, we have partnered with Capitec slide quickly, just so we can run through it once more. So when we talk about partnering with Capitec, we have set up a system with them where you will go to our page on our website, www.molpark.ac.za. At the top of the screen, there's a Get Study Funding tab. You'll click on that tab and then you will follow the steps there. There you will be able to, they have a calculator, which is really cool. You'll see how much you need for how long, and they'll can come back to you. One of the Capitec consultants will get in contact with you, and then you will deal with Capitec exclusively, and they pay us, which is great. So there's no backwards and forwards and am I and what. It's a really smooth process, and we've seen some great feedback from our students with regards to it. So please do go have a look on that study funding tab page. It's got all of the questions and answers, and of course, please say yes on the poll, because we'd love to have an advisor just chat to you more about the ins and outs of that one. And if you have any sort of more details or more questions, they'd be able to answer more in depth for you. So I hope that answers just a little bit for you, Limpo, on that. Limpo has also asked for Marissa, the reinsurance module as a selective, am I allowed to do that module alone at a later stage if I want to do that after I've completed my advanced certificate? Question mark.
Limpo, yes, thank you. That's actually a very good question. We are actually in the, well, I was hoping to roll it out sooner, but this year just flew by in a flash. So we are slowly in the process of taking all our elective and all our specialist modules and converting them to short courses. Because especially like what you're asking now, this is exactly where we have a gap in the market. So on our higher certificate, if I can take that one as an example, we have aviation, marine, construction, engineering, all those wonderful modules. And if you decided, 10 years ago, listen, I want to specialize in something else, and you change your mind, then there's nothing for you to do and get the knowledge that you need. So Limpo, that is in the process. I will try my absolute best to then roll out the short courses as soon as possible.
Awesome. So I hope that answered your question, Paul. And again, if you have any questions for us, just pop a yes on the poll. There's also another question from Joseph, and I think this one I'm going to field back to Marissa as well. He says, what impact is there when one has not done the introduction to underwriting when doing the advanced certificate in short-term insurance?
No, Joseph, there won't be any impact. It's like Tracy said, there's no, you don't have to do underwriting to do the advanced certificate. So any modules that you have taken on the higher certificate, you can just go straight onto the advanced certificate.
Awesome. I have a question for Tracy. This is back from Limpo. She says, can I enroll directly for a BCom in short-term insurance if I've only completed the higher certificate, or would I need to do the advanced certificate?
Okay. I'm not sure if Tracy can hear us yet.
Oh.
Tracy, can you hear us? No, I don't know. Okay, no problem. Okay. I'll also take that one. So you can do your higher certificate, move on. Okay, so you can go either way. Okay, just remember the BCom is a minimum of 3 years, so it is quite intense. You do all your normal commerce modules, so you will do accounting, economics, marketing, all those things. So it is up to you how you want to progress. Okay, so I would definitely say get in contact with Tracy. She will guide you because the advanced certificate is only a year minimum, so you can do it 1 year or, like she said, a year and a half or 2 years. You do, however, a lot of the modules that is in the advanced certificate is also repeated in the BCom. So you will get recognition for those modules and get them off if you then decide higher certificate, advanced, BCom. If you are in the space where you can you don't need a advanced or a BCom immediately, I would say, go to the BCom, take your time, finish that. But if you want that higher level of qualification, do the advanced and then the BCom.
Tracy, can you hear us now?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Do you want to add anything? There was a question about someone wanting to do the BCom, but then do I do the higher certificate and the advanced and then go to the BCom, or can I, with the higher certificate, go to the BCom? Any thoughts on that?
I think it would just be depending on the time frame that the learner has. If you want something that you need it for compliance purposes, then go with what is the shorter version. So then go with the 6 modules. But if you've got a long-term goal and you want a BCom, then go with that. You've got more time and you aren't restricted by needing the 120 credits.
Yeah. So just also, like the advanced certificate gives you the associateship at the IISA. So in their progression, it's higher certificate, licentiate, advanced certificate, associate, and our BCom is then your fellowship.
Awesome.
Yeah,
that's so exciting. So Joseph says, I did marine and aviation module in the higher certificate, but now it's broken into separate modules. Do I have to redo any of the modules on marine or aviation if I specialize in that area?
I don't. It will. Did you? Sorry. I think if we can maybe get in touch with you and just have a look at where you are in your process. So please just go to the poll, click yes, and we will ask Tracy to just get in contact with you and just have a look of what happened there exactly.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think you guys, if you have very specific questions and you've done some modules with us and you just want to know a bit more about what to do next, do pop us a yes in the poll. We will definitely get in contact with you. So there is another question, and the person has asked, what will happen to foreign students who are still awaiting their qualification results from SAQA, like the verification, but the deadline for admissions coming up? What do I do? Anybody want to?
Yes, I think I can take that one. I think you're welcome to email Tracy and see, and then we have a look what type of qualification you did do. For instance, if it is for instance, a CII qualification, we've done the mapping already. So you're welcome to send it through, and we can have a look for you even before you apply for the recognition of prior learning. We'll have a look and advise you accordingly.
Yeah. Limpo says, I'm so glad to have this forum to chat with, and she says, thank you so much. She does have a lot of questions. Again, Limpo will answer all of that as they come through. She does ask if we offer RE5 exams, and, can you do this while you're doing the advanced certificate? Maybe that's something we can answer.
Yes, Limpo, what we do offer, we unfortunately are not examiners of the RE5, but we do have a very nice short course type of thing that you can do that will give you just that little bit of more understanding of the RE5. And the RE5 is a standalone short course, so you can more than welcome to do that. So we do the RE, we also do your COBs, CPDs, your whole journey through education and insurance. We got you.
Yes, and guys, as we go sort of towards the end, and if you have any more questions, please do. But that's also, I think, why we want to have these sessions, is to show you we're here to partner with you on your learning journey. That means meeting your lecturers and who's doing what in the program, and really putting a face, lovely faces to the people behind the programs. So guys, as we sort of wrap up towards the end, I invite Tracy or Marissa to any words of wisdom, any advice for those who are looking to start with us.
I think I will give some very good advice.
Okay. We're ready.
So, or let me tell you a story, and my story. So I started in insurance by accident, like I'm sure most of you have as well. And I actually started as a filing clerk, which is, if I say it now, I'm like, okay. But guys, studies is the way to go. And I know it's tedious, and I know it is, it takes a lot of time, and life happens. That's my saying to my students is, what, life happens. But that is the beautiful thing about Milpark, and we are there for you. We give you what you need. We give you, if you don't like reading, there's videos and recordings. So just do it. I promise you, in your career, you will never, ever be sorry for studying.
Here we go. Awesome. Tracy, have you got any words to add to that?
I just wanted to add again to the learner who was asking about these foreign qualifications. Just to add on to that, is that what you can also do is, if you give, once you make application and they send you some good sort of confirmation to say your application has been received, so on and so forth, then you can use that when you for your admission, and then we'll do a provisional admission based on that as well. So you don't have to wait until the 23rd and then they haven't gotten back to you, and then you miss out a semester. So you can use that type of feedback, and we'll be able to do your admission based on that. And like Marissa says, yes, studying is a lot of hard work. It takes a lot of juggling, but it's well worth it at the end of the day.
Yeah. No, I agree. And I think just meeting in this last week all of the guys behind the programs and hearing their stories and sharing the modules, and it's fantastic stuff. And we do have our students in hand every step of the way. Limpo, we do have people on standby after the session to answer all of your questions with regards to fees. I see you have another one that's come through here. But do note that a student advisor will be in contact with you. Have you clicked yes on the poll? And they will be able to take you through every single detail. They'll get on the phone with you and sit you down and explain everything. So don't worry too much about that at the moment. But guys, that's sort of, we're wrapping towards the end now. I want to take just a moment to say thank you so much to Marissa for walking us through the program and what it's about and the modules and how we support our students. And I want to thank Tracy for just feeling like that warmth and heart behind, the students and making sure that they're and guided every step of the way. I think it's awesome that we have that facility and person to contact. Distance learning is really scary sometimes. It's great to know that there's a human being who's going to answer every single one of my queries and help me along the way. So I thank you for that. But guys, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We really, really appreciate it. Again, if you have any queries or questions after the session, it is recorded. So if you want to come back and re-listen to anything Marissa or Tracy has said, you're welcome to do so. We do post them on YouTube as well. We are in the social media space of things, so you can go and check it out there. We do have another session tomorrow. It's the final one, and it's about the postgrad and financial planning. If you want to just come and meet those guys and hear a bit more about what we offer, if you're sort of aiming for that, then that's where you can go as well. We'll be here. But for the moment, I want to say thank you, and I hope you all have a fantastic day further. And I always wave at the end of sessions to say goodbye to people, so I'm going to wave and say thank you so much to Marissa and Tracy for an awesome
Bye,
session.
guys.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Bye.